I'm delighted to have been asked to do this job. I think that one of the challenges that organizations of our sort face at the moment isn't the obvious one, which is money, which faces everybody. It's sort of saying who we are. We know who we are. You in this room and members of the organization are involved all the time in the life of Penn. So you see what we do. And it's an incredible lot. We do lots and lots of things. And getting people to see that it all fits together is, I think, an important challenge. It's a challenge in sort of mobilizing us, but more importantly, it's a challenge in getting other people to recognize what we do, to support what we do, and to see its value, and to support us by in the obvious ways and in less obvious ways. So I've been thinking about that job, the job of explaining who we are. And in the modern world, you need, apparently, a slogan or even a soundbite in order to define yourself. Something that, of course, appalls those of us who care about literary language, which is all of us here. Nevertheless, I think we do have a slightly inelegant soundbite that can capture exactly why everything we do does fit together, and it's that we're committed to the project. Soundbites don't include committed to the project. So let me say what the project is. I think it's sustaining global literary culture. And we're the American branch of an international organization of writers around the world who collectively are working to sustain global literary culture. We naturally often think globally by acting locally. Often we're working on our own local literary culture. But much of the time, as you know, we are also working with our colleagues, for example, in China, to sustain global literary culture by working on literary culture in other places, just as our colleagues in China are committed to helping us in our work for literary culture. And that explains everything. That explains why we work for readers. Literary culture is not fundamentally about writers. Writers are the people who have the privilege of addressing readers, but without readers, what's the point of writing? So we are working constantly to sustain readers through our literacy work, through our public education work, through our public programming, introducing people to writers that they didn't know, and making them more intimate with writers that they do know through the written word. So all the time we're working for readers, as writers and editors and publishers, we're working for readers because we believe deeply that a world of readers is what we need. We need a world of readers because a world of readers will be a world of people who have one of the greatest resources that human beings have invented for helping us to think about how to live our lives, both our lives on our own and our lives together, both our fun lives and our serious lives, both our deep lives and our shallow lives. All of this is enriched and sustained by our engagement with the written word. And so that was a long gloss on my slogan, which is, as I say, sustaining global literary culture. And I think that's what Penn does, and I think it's what our job here at this center and the other American centers, or sub-centers as it were, is to do our part in that. Now, I think the big challenge, as I say, there's a challenge to make sure that we have the resources to do this work, to support the excellent staff that we have here in their professional carrying out of what we do as amateurs, as lovers of the written word. But also I think we have the challenge of figuring out how to develop our literary culture, especially I think as it faces the exciting new possibilities generated by all kinds of digital media. Somebody was talking to me the other day about the challenge we now face because the old book reviews, those thick, several page packages that came out of the LA Times and the Chicago Tribune and the Washington Post, they don't exist anymore. And the Atlanta Constitution has fired its literary editor, so they have fewer. But of course, people are talking about books on the web, much, much more than they ever were. There's a whole world of talk about books. There's a whole world of response to books. But it's a new one. And part of the challenge of it, I think, is that it doesn't, not all of us know how to find what we need in that world. And I'm not sure that everything we need in that world is there. That is, I don't think we've yet replaced in the digital world the things that we're losing in the world of print. So I think we need, and who better than us to think about that challenge. So I'm hoping that these and the many other challenges that we face will be seen by all of you, as they are by me, as exciting possibilities, things that we can work on as an organization with our distinctive slant. Our slant is an organization fundamentally of writers and fellow travelers of writers, to do our bit here and around the world to sustain writing through sustaining writers, protecting them from governments that don't like what they write and so on, but through introducing people to writings that they haven't seen, through keeping up the cosmopolitan conversation of writing across the planet through translation and through bringing writers here and encouraging our own writers to go abroad and visit our colleagues in the other PEN organizations and around the world. So that's what anyway, that's my gloss on my slogan, and I'm very much looking forward to working with all of you to turn that, to continue the excellent work that is already going on and that would go on whether I was here or not. But I want to do my little part to sustain it and to move it forward in these challenging times. Thank you.